What is the only cryptocurrency that you should invest?
Dogecoin!
It's the people's currency, you know it's the best.
Please buy!
The most fun and ironic crypto, that is for sure.
So crypto!
We're taking Dogecoin to the moon.
To the moon!
And if a broker says,
listen, you can't get rich with Dogecoin,
say stonks. But even Daddy Elon knows it's the time to join.
Much fun!
Merit to Dogecoin, even though it was obviously created as a joke.
What is the only cryptocurrency that you should invest?
Dogecoin!
It's the people's currency, you know it's the best.
Please buy!
The most fun and ironic crypto, that is for sure.
So crypto!
We're taking Dogecoin to the moon.
To the moon!
And if a broker says,
listen, you can't get rich with Dogecoin,
say stonks. But even Daddy Elon knows it's the time to join.
Much fun!
Elon, Tesla, just sold about $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Or at least it was revealed that they have sold close to $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. What is going on? I thought Tesla and Elon were Bitcoin bulls. So let me talk about this story that is still breaking and people are still analyzing it. So first of all, flipping the screen here, you can see Bitcoin's at 23.3, so obviously a little bit lower this morning. This morning it shattered 24, looking like it wanted to go up, but right now it has retraced a little bit, just to keep you guys updated. Bitcoin was at this same level yesterday, so definitely has not retraced, has not gone below. In fact, since I have been away from my personal computer for so long, when I loaded up the chart, when I left for vacation, Bitcoin was at 19.7, and now that I'm back, we're at 23.3, so that's not too shabby. So yes, it did come down a little bit, but overall, still holding strong, and more importantly, holding above this 22.8 mark, which has now turned support, so that's really positive. Now, what about Elon and Tesla? Well, Tesla revealed their Q2 numbers, okay? And it's not bad. Tesla's revenue grew about 42%, which of course is very, very good despite what's going on, right, with the economy and so forth. But their margins have shrunk a little bit. Margins went down to 27.9% from 32.9, which is still spectacular. A lot of automotive makers would dreams of margins like this. So even though this came down overall, this was not as bad as people thought, okay? So overall, Tesla seemed like, they hit it out of the ballpark once again. Their shares are going up in an aftermarket, but it was revealed that in Q2, in order to raise cash, Tesla sold about 75% of their Bitcoin holdings, which is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. So how much did they sell? They sold 936 million of Bitcoin, 75% of their holdings, for average price of 29,000. Now, the reason why Elon said he did this was because he wanted to generate more cash flow. He was afraid that the overall liquidity was not enough. He was trying to boost it, right? Given COVID shutdown in China and other things that have, taken place over the last few months, or I should say the first half of this year. He also says it should not be taken as some kind of verdict on Bitcoin. And he goes on and says that he may end up buying more Bitcoin in the future, right? So Elon is basically saying that, I'm not trying to day trade Bitcoin. It's not like I'm scared of Bitcoin. He's just doing so because he wants cash on the side, right? He's afraid that the economy might get worse. That's why he did it, right? But you know what? Interesting thing is, Kevin Pathroth, I think that's how you say his last name. I may have butchered that. But anyways, Kevin broke this down saying, well, you know what? That sale of Bitcoin, 922 million cash, right? Offset basically their cash flow, okay? Because if they didn't have that, they would be negative, okay? So their reported cash flow was $847 million. So they utilized the $922 million from the sale of Bitcoin, right? And that's how they got that number. But if you do the math, if they did not sell the Bitcoin, this would be negative. So Kevin is saying that Elon did this not just to boost cash, because they were negative cash flow. So it would have been reported on their statement that they were negative in cash flow. They were burning too much cash, right? So maybe this was done to dress up their earnings. But also, if you think about it, if Elon knew that they were negative cash flow and they needed liquidity, well, then selling Bitcoin makes a whole lot of sense, right? But didn't mean that he needed to sell this much.
To Elon Musk selling his Bitcoin, what this means for the market. I want to update you on what's going on with Ethereum as we get into merge and what to expect after the merge. And then Polkadot making a huge partnership with a big brand. We'll get into all of this. If you appreciate the daily content, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's start here. This came out late in the day yesterday. Elon Musk's Tesla has sold 75% of its Bitcoin holdings. This is something that already happened within the last 3 months, and he announced it on his Q2 earnings call for Tesla. And listen, this is his reasoning as to why he chose to sell 75% of Tesla's Bitcoin. Listen.
Additionally, we converted a majority of our Bitcoin holdings to fiat for a realized gain, offset by impairment charges on the remainder of our holdings, netting a $106 million cost to the P&L included within restructuring and other. We also incurred restructuring charges related to targeted staffing reductions.
Yeah, actually, it should be mentioned that the reason we sold a bunch of our Bitcoin holdings was that we were uncertain as to when the COVID lockdowns in China would alleviate. So it was important for us to maximize our cash position given the uncertainty of the COVID lockdowns in China. We are certainly open to increasing our Bitcoin holdings in future. So this should not be taken as some verdict on Bitcoin. It's just that we were concerned about overall liquidity for the company given COVID shutdowns in China. And we have not sold any of our Dogecoin.
We still have it.
We still have our Dogecoin.
So do you remember a year ago from today, when Elon Musk made his stance on Bitcoin clear? I might pump, but I don't dump. Elon Musk says he will not dump Bitcoin. And now today, Elon Musk is saying that he's dumping 75% because of COVID lockdowns. And then at the end, did you catch that? He said, we have not sold any of our Dogecoin. We still have our Dogecoin. Elon Musk, little bit of a troll, obviously. Listen, what's done is done. Let's talk about the implications this has on the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. So Tesla has sold off their inventory. Actually, they've already sold off their inventory. So this has already happened to the market. It appears to have been mainly done so to maintain positive cash flow, non-Bitcoin centric reasons, and still they have 25% Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Maybe I'm coping, but this kind of seems like it's not that big a deal. Tesla had no choice but to sell, or else they'd end up in the red last quarter. Almost everybody that sold this dip had no choice but to sell, and none of the reasons had anything to do with Bitcoin's fundamentals. I'd say we're going back up eventually. It seems like this Tesla sale FUD is a little bit overhyped, right? They've already done it. It's in the past. The sell pressure is gone. And best of all, they still have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Still going to bounce higher. So tell me what you think about Elon selling in the comments below. Of course, we saw some major Bitcoin proponents, i.e. Michael Saylor, take to Twitter, take to the comments, and just start really sharing how he feels. Michael Saylor takes shot at Elon Musk on Twitter over Tesla's 936 million Bitcoin sale. Two of his major tweets were diamond hands, a little knock at Elon. And then, of course, if you sell 75% of your Bitcoin, you still have 25% of your Bitcoin left, making it clear that Elon Musk still holds Bitcoin. So it is what it is. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below.